Everyone could rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 1C, the roll call. Let the record show that all members are present. Item 1D, approval of the agenda. Have a motion made. Any questions or discussion? Do we have a second? Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 2A, informational item, spotlight report.
Folks, as customary, we would like to recognize our retirees tonight. Now, we have a total of 10 retirees from the district. Ordinarily, our May board meeting occurs prior to graduation, but since we are a few days after graduation, I think some of these folks are already laying on a beach or on a golf course or enjoying their well-deserved retirement. But we do have 2 retirees with us, both of whom have been invaluable to this district and will be sorely missed. I think there are 2 types of people in education. There are teachers and there are those who support teachers. And both of these individuals have been amazing in their time with Walton Corona, and they've been very supportive of our teachers and our students, and they have left an indelible mark on this district. So first I would like to recognize Mr. Morwessel, Eric Morwessel. Yeah, we'll get a picture in a second. And Jackie Floyd. And one of our other retirees could not be with us this evening, but he sent Rob a statement to read. So Rob, would you like to read this?
Sure. Shall I get on camera or just read it? You know, I never miss a chance to be on camera. So, I'll just stand here. You probably know Troy. He kind of prefers to remain in the background and not a big fanfare guy. But so he's asked me to read this, and it just says, "I'm grateful for the opportunities that have been given that I have been given by this district. Working daily with struggling students has given me many chances to impact students' futures. I have been able to work with some of the best educators, families, and students, and I thank you for that. I'll leave you with 2 requests: keep my school safe and take care of my kids. Thanks for the memories." Troy Wright.
Thank you very much. Moving along, item 2B, audience of citizens. We have no one for audience of citizens. Item 2C, the principal ECC bridge report. Any questions or feedback there? If there's anything that anybody wants to share, you're welcome to, but otherwise we'll move.
Come on, last one, you're not going to ask anything?
Would you like
No, I'm kidding.
I was impressed with the 8th grade ceremony as well. I wasn't sure. The last one was like, is this going to be 15 minutes or a couple hours? I didn't know. It was crisp.
Yeah.
We tried to be as efficient as we could while also giving parents the opportunity to get their kids recognized, which I think is important.
It was great.
Yeah, loved your closing statements, by the way. Very well
Thank you.
done.
Item 2D, attendance enrollment report.
All right. This board meeting consists of two attendance months, and it's month 9 and month 10. Month 10 only consists of a couple of days. So I kind of combined both month 9 and month 10 to give our monthly attendance trophy award. And with a combined percentage of 96.11, 96.11 for the months 9 and 10, that's our high school. So high school, congratulations. I don't know if we have a rep here tonight to accept this award, but good job. And then for our yearly trophy, this is the one where we take all the months together and get an average, and I believe it states that on your sheet, but you can probably see there, but with a grand total average, and this is our winner for the year of 94.96% attendance percentage for the year, Verona Middle School. Great job. So this is the one where we will we actually get a plate engraved. It's kind of a running list of the years and the winning school and what their percentage was, just as kind of a fun little mark, your mark in history. So, and the middle school, by the way, has kind of been on about a 6-year run here. So elementary and high school, get your work cut out. But anyway, and then on enrollment, we just kind of ended the year not too far off where we began. So in 1891, we actually did pretty well there in the enrollment department there. So I think our task this coming year is to try to increase our enrollment through not only out of district kids, but also trying to perhaps try to reach out to some of the kids who've gone to homeschool or have left for whatever reason, and try to get them back in the fold and boost our enrollment number a little bit there. But overall, great year, and happy with the attendance percentage there. So, any questions about any of that?
It's great to see so many kids with perfect attendance and all the award ceremonies.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I forgot to mention it before, I think everybody knows, but anyone who would like to leave, feel free to go at any time. We'd love to have you stay, but you definitely don't have to stay here. Moving along, item 2C, construction report. Do we have any questions on the construction report? Okay. Item 2F, superintendent on work days. Does everyone have a chance to look at that? Item 2G, personnel. Any questions there?
This is some personnel changes. On the third grade, is that all brand new third grade teachers, or was that have anything to do with the?
A lot of those were backfilled from teachers going to the intermediate school. So we did have 3 new to us third grade positions, but a couple of those are experienced folks coming to us. So we're not totally starting from scratch. And I spoke to Jen quite a bit about that, and we're very comfortable with where we are with third grade.
One of them, I think, was one of them a student teacher. That's what I thought. Was that maybe Ball, Miss Ball? Or?
What about our foreign language? Do we have that posted?
They are posted. And we're trying to jump through some hoops with EPSB, see where we stand with those folks potentially coming back. There were only 10 foreign language certificates issued statewide last year that were all for Spanish. So foreign language teachers continue to be a real challenge.
Is Robbie still, he's doing full-time bus driver, substitute.
Yeah.
Is he still working?
He is not. Rob had a lengthy conversation with Robbie, and he was we gave him the offer to do whatever he wanted to do. And he chose to go back to the bus garage. I think that's his home. He's certainly valued down there, and I think he expressed his willingness to remain on call as needed, so we will replace his position in the bridge.
As your hand, so there will be a replacement for that. That's my thing. Because I feel like, did the bridge end up, I know we talked about it a couple of times this year, did it end up kind of evening out? I know it kind of felt like it spiked for a little bit.
That fluctuates, and we do have a couple students who have, I'll say, residency issues. Rob, could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes. Well, first of all, I'll say we actually had quite a few of them graduate here in the last month or last few weeks anyway. So we won't have those kids back, obviously, and then several will be transferring back to the school, whichever school they came from this coming year. And then I had three that I'm fairly certain will not be returning due to where they live. So our numbers will start off back in a relatively comfortable spot again next year, which it usually does. It ebbs and flows like that. It grows throughout the year, and then we kind of start all over again in the next year. So I would say that is going to be the case this year again.
Item 2H, other.
Board members, just want to confirm with everyone, our June meeting will be on the 24th, and our July meeting will be on the 17th. And that July meeting is at 8 p.m. Is that for everybody? I just want to confirm that with everybody.
It's a Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if you saw that we issued our first communication about the new start times. We're going to release a flyer tomorrow for our intermediate parents, listing who the teachers are per grade level and things of that nature. And then later, about mid-June, I'll release a video update with pictures of the school and more information. We'll reiterate the new start times and things like that. So communication is one of our major focuses this summer leading into next year. I do have one other thing. We have 2 board members who continue to exceed their training requirements. Just have a brief statement here to read from KSBA. And that is the in-service training initiative is designed to prepare school board members to succeed in a new era of high expectations for a realistic and practical curriculum designed with the assistance of experts in the field, current Kentucky board members and superintendents. The Academy of Studies corresponds with information in the KSBA School Leadership Guide, ensuring a comprehensive curriculum that includes core leadership training for everyone and the flexibility to meet their individual goals. So we have 2 board members tonight, David and Heather, who have completed multiple levels in this curriculum. David has completed levels 2, 3, and 4. So certificates that have already been framed for you and some pins. And Heather has completed 2, 3, and 4 as well. So congratulations to you both. Thank you. Did you have a best one?
Also have anything for me?
It's impressive.
Okay. Moving then into item 3, recommended board motions. Item 3A, approval of the minutes, May 16th, 2024 working meeting.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Do we have any questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
We have a second. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3B, approval of superintendent's expense report.
I'll make it.
We have a first. Any questions or discussion? We have a second.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3C, approval of the treasurer's report. Do we have a first?
I'll make it.
First by Aubrey. Any questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Heather. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3D, approval of the order of the treasurer of bills. Do we have a first?
I'll make it.
First by Jamie. Any questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Megan. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3E, approval of the tentative budget for 2024-2025.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion?
I can talk about that again if anybody has any questions, but it is the exact same as it was.
Anybody have any questions? I think we did a good job hashing it out
Okay.
last time. All right. Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Jamie. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3F, approval of 2024-2025 salary schedule.
I'll make it.
First by Aubrey. Questions or discussions here? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Heather. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3G, approval of surplus bid results and recommendations.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion?
I think I sent you an update on the truck. First of all, it's Florida, any business, never happened before. Airport Ford said they'd take it for that amount. I think that was the update I sent you. We had an employee that said the same thing, so, if there's no difference, we'll defer to the employee if they still want it, and if not, we'll push it off. Also, it is well, but yeah, it was stunning that we didn't get it.
Do we have a second? Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3H, approval of 2024-2025 pledge of collateral agreement with Heritage Bank.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3I, approval of 2024-2025 fidelity bonds for Brittany Robinson and Kevin Ryan.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Jamie. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3J, approval of pay application 16 for Morel Construction, Walton Verona Intermediate School.
I'll make it.
First by Megan. Questions or discussion here? We have a second.
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3K, approval of schematic design for Walton Verona District Office renovation.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion?
So I'm just out of curiosity, to me, it looks like there's a lot of offices.
There are, and some of those offices will be vacant.
I'm just like,
Yeah, I'll
are
give
there
you,
secret people I don't know about
No,
in
no,
your
no, no.
office?
I'll give you this example. Luke was at the district office yesterday. We had a meeting from 8:30 to 10. Then he had another meeting of 1. He didn't really have a place to go. So in our new district office, we will have some vacant spaces for people. The auditors come in and they visit us for a few days. They will have a workspace without taking our conference room. So, and the thought is that over time, over the next 10 to 15 years, we will grow into this space. As we grow, there will be positions in the future, and so we have room to do that.
Nobody's getting stuck in an office without windows yet. Those people don't exist right now, but some of those in the middle kind of called huddle rooms, they sold that off King County, that's what they call it. But like if it's, you know, you can have 4 people in a meeting without taking up the big conference room, you can go in there, but eventually those probably will be used for other people, you know, 10 years from now.
And I mean, we currently have folks sharing office spaces, so this, you know, nobody will have to share an office. Heaven forbid, we have another pandemic. We won't have another outbreak in the district office because people are cramped together sharing office space.
And the one smaller one there on the end, it's only about like 7 by 10, will be used for people that come in to fill out HR paperwork. Right now, you have to sit in somebody's office or the conference room to do that, and that causes problems sometimes. So it'd be set up with like some little cubicles in there. They can go in and work on a Chromebook or whatever and fill out all their necessary paperwork without having to sit at somebody's desk.
And I would just add, when it comes time to pick out, I'll say finishes, this building will be furnished like our schools. It'll be the same type of materials, same type of finishes as our schools.
And is this kitchen and area, is that already in the library, or is that some?
So partially, it's, there's a, like, their employee bathroom is in there, we're taking it out just because the kitchen, like, they only have a few employees there at a time, whereas we're gonna have to, so we're just kind of taking that area on, it's currently on the back side of the kitchen with like a little pantry, closet type area, and just taking that whole space, just to give us a little more room. If you can see it at lunchtime in here, everybody's trying to, you know, it's like playing Tetris in there to get your lunch out of the microwave and go sit down. So it'll be a little bit, you know, it'll be more of a square instead of like kind of a
Yeah,
jutted out.
it was more about how much plumbing and work.
So
would have to
there's
be
already
done.
plumbing in those spots. I mean, it'll have to be, you know, redone, of course, like to the new cabinets. But yeah, there's already plumbing where the kitchen
Where that
and a
is.
bathroom exists there, so there's plenty of water
Mhm.
where all that stuff's gonna go. Yeah, so if you go to the demo plan, over at the top left, it kind of shows where the kitchen and the whole bathroom.
That's the current layout of the library, it's on the left, upper corner. And then the right side is the new design.
Okay.
You see it just kind of chopped up.
This is all designed within the.
We were in there and we're like, this is worse than our current kitchen, which is not great, right? So that taking that additional, it's only like an additional, like, you know, 8 by 8 space, but it'll
Mhm.
make it a lot more functional for us. Yeah. Better, but yeah, not very
It's a
good.
little bit bigger than this one, but it's not.
It's not great, but you kind of have to, you know, it's, if you're doing a new building, certainly it would be bigger and
Yeah.
stuff, but kind of, like you said, plumbing's already there, it makes sense to keep it in that spot. Make it less of what it is, so.
Do we know the capacities yet for like the big meeting room in the center and the multi-purpose room?
So,
They
Just-
haven't fully settled yet.
yeah.
They did a number check on it, but they had a second door, but they're going back and checking stuff to see if.
So,
it's fully necessary.
like with tables and chairs, that multi-purpose room as it is, like 20 people is a lot in that one. It just kind of depends on how it's set up. But they have like a normal size meeting there. The other one would be under 50, and they were going to do an overlay for us of the current multi-purpose room. The capacity of that's 49. It certainly won't be any bigger than that, so it wouldn't be like, you couldn't have all the employees, you had a thing, but you could pull like, you know, elementary pull, you know, all their stuff or English. You could do some things like that. Parking is also a constraint for meeting space, but for building code, like we wouldn't be able to have probably more than 50 in space. I was also looking at this one, it says 400 people. It shares in here. I don't know where you put them on, but it might, like 2 layers.
Cozy.
Yeah.
And then my last question, I think, and I'm trying to tell on this diagram. So the only entryway is the front that's on the road?
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually talked about leaving an entrance, you know, what everybody thinks of as the main entrance now,
Right.
there, and we wanted to grab it for another kind of office type space or a little breakout room, and we thought removing that door would remove a lot of confusion. What probably have to put up a sign and be like, yeah, it's this way, also, I would imagine. But there's also, back door, if you look,
Yes.
like up to the right, there's like a ramp and some stairs go up there. So that'll still be there, and that will be the quote, employee entrance, for the thing that you can go in and, not have to go out through the front security vestibules. And I would imagine it'll have like, you know, like a fob type lock like these buildings.
Yeah.
Hoping they do that. They currently has one on the system, and they said they might do it behind us. So, hoping they do.
Yeah.
Said it might be too much to just stay out, so it might be something for you. They're rebuilding it. So, just I'm hoping that we can get some savings there.
Really
Yeah.
happy, their insurance sponsored a new roof on that thing a couple months ago, so.
Yeah, I think I asked Dr. Baker about that. I was like, did they just put in new roof on
And
the
they told us when we
library?
signed the thing, they said anything needs to be done between now and when you guys take ownership, we'll take care of. I mean, it probably costs them their deductible or whatever, but they did take care of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Questions?
I don't think so. I like seeing this stuff like a piece of paper, so I was like trying to figure it out.
This is just the initial design. so
Yeah.
It might be tweaked a little bit here and there, and changed, and capacity to be laid in. It's just started first.
Otherwise, the quote with the elevation, so she can see the outside landscaping.
Yes, thank you.
So,
They have interns.
other than that side door, being moved and removed, like, and changing the name on the sign out front, and the name up on the building, the outside will look remarkably the same.
Yeah.
We'll probably put a fresh coat of paint on some of the stuff that needs to be touched up while we're changing letters, but that's probably about it. That's a nice, you know, old tower style building, we're going to do that.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Megan. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3L, approval of Stoic Health and Wellness, MOU 2024-2025.
I'll make it.
First by Heather, questions or discussion? Do we have a second? Second by Jamie, all in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3M, approval of contract for Strong Vision Services LLC for 2024-2025.
I'll make it.
First by Aubrey, questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Heather, all in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3N, approval of contract for occupational therapy services for 2024-2025 through Kristen D. Kelly.
I'll make it.
First by Jamie. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3O, approval of contract for Mobility on the Move LLC for 2024-2025.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Jamie. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3P, approval of contract for a step ahead pediatric therapy for 2024-2025.
I'll make it.
First by Megan. Any questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3Q, approval of the 2024-2025 District Code of Conduct.
I'll make it.
Motion made by Heather. Any questions or discussion?
I'd rather not.
Probably just want to get it there. Do we have a second? Second by Jamie. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3R, approval of MOU between Walton Verona School District and Boone County School District regarding the Ignite Institute. First by Heather. Questions or discussion?
And I feel like this was quiet for a while.
we are just continuing to, the kids that are there to this day, we're not sending any new students, so this will phase out in time.
Do we know how many?
I can't quote you. Okay.
That's okay.
You have 22 there right now.
I thought it was more than that.
Or 22 that we sent there last year. I don't know. There were probably a handful of seniors that won't be there this year, but there were 22 this year.
You have 2 seniors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably around each year. Okay, do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey, all in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3S, approval of hire emergency subs for the 2024-2025 school year.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Megan. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3E, approval of the Alive at 25 MOU 2024 through 2026.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3U, approval of MOA between NKU and WVIS, school-based scholars, dual credit program, 2024 to 2025.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Any questions or discussion? Heather has one.
Okay, I was
why
really,
when I read it, I
I
was
missed
like-
the funny part.
Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Sorry, Heather. Item 3B, first reading of KSBA 2024 policy and procedure update.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion?
So is this what we're adopting this time? Because it still talks about us having charters and training, so.
Every year after the legislature adjourns, KSBA gets together and revise our policies. This is the first reading. We just received this on Friday, right at the end of the day. Tomorrow, in your Friday update, you'll get a synopsis from me highlighting the major changes. But yeah, there is still language in some of these policies referring to charter schools. Yeah. The big changes, as I see it, are in regard to riding school buses. The new statute in our policy empowers bus drivers, gives them more authority to decide who's going to be or not going to be transported, as well as some decisions that have to be made regarding the medicinal cannabis in schools. So that'll be highlighted in your message tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that KSBA magazine that comes out, I think they got a pretty good job. There's a kind of a layout in there where it goes through each one. I think they did well with at least, what to focus on. So.
Any other questions? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Aubrey. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3W, approval of field trips. First by Jamie. Questions or discussion?
This is the one for review. That's okay. I meant to mention that. After I did.
Yeah.
But I'll second.
It's a good call. We have a motion made and seconded. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. Item 3X, adjournment.
I'll make it.
First by Heather. Questions or discussion? Do we have a second?
I'll make it.
Second by Jamie. All in favor? Motion passes 5-0. We are adjourned at 6:35.